Hi, I'm Nadia from New Jersey, and my story animated will give $1,000 to one lucky person who subscribes in the next 7 days. Tell your friends, your sister, brother, and mom to subscribe now. I was born to filthy rich parents and a sister who was 5 years older than me, Angela, and I discovered early on in my life that they just weren't very nice people. Like once when I was 5, we were all walking out of a shopping mall when suddenly a lady holding grocery bags tripped over something and fell face forward. I ran to see if she was okay, but my parents and Angela burst out laughing.
Why are you guys laughing?
Because it was so funny the way she fell.
No, it wasn't.
You must have missed her face. She looked so dumb as she went flying.
And they started laughing again. I felt so mad as I helped the lady gather her stuff, and she quickly walked away looking embarrassed. My family could be such a bunch of jerks. They weren't even nice to people related to them. When I was in the 2nd grade, Mom's poor sister came by one day and asked her for help.
I can't even make rent this month.
If I lend you money once, you'll just keep asking for more. Why don't you get off your lazy butt and go get a job?
I work 2 shifts at the supermarket.
I mean a real job. I'm sorry, sis, but we really don't have extra to spare. We just put a lot of money into our vacation home in Italy. My aunt had a daughter my age, and I signaled her to follow me quietly. I took her to my room and gave her all the money I'd saved in my piggy bank. She hugged me tight and said she hadn't had anything to eat properly in 2 days. So I snuck down to the kitchen and filled her backpack with food, and she was so happy. But Mom found out, and they were banned from ever coming by again. And I was grounded. For what? Being nice? Angela wasn't much better than Mom and Dad. She was spoiled and rude, but she never got grounded. I just stayed out of their way as much as I could because she could be really mean, especially when I didn't follow her crazy orders, like sorting out her 900 pairs of shoes or cleaning her insanely messy room. All my parents cared about was making money, so they hardly paid attention to me and Angela growing up. But I was pretty popular in school. I was that go-to girl whenever anyone needed help with their homework, or if they didn't have lunch money. They'd come to me, and I really liked that. One day in 10th grade, I was walking down the hallway when I saw a bunch of girls from class surrounding a new girl, and they seemed to be mocking her. Hey, what's going on here? Are you guys bullying the new girl? Oh, we're not bullying. You know we just like to have fun with the newbies. It doesn't look like she's having fun. So how about you guys back off? I thought we had a deal. I help you with your math homework and you don't bug anyone. The girls walked away and I helped the new girl pick up her bag and things lying around on the floor. Thanks a lot for that. They were making fun of my Hello Kitty bag. Like, what's wrong with that? Nothing wrong at all. The new girl's name was Shirley. She wasn't in my class, but we started hanging out at lunch every day and we really clicked. I had plenty of friends at school, but no best friend, and I really felt Shirley could be the one. One day when we were sitting together, a few kids from my class joined us, and I could sense Shirley looked uncomfortable. So, what's your deal, Shirley? Haven't you made friends with your classmates? Maybe I have, maybe I haven't. What's your problem? No problem, just asking. Jeez, your face is as red as your hair. You look like you're about to burst. Oh yeah? Well, maybe I am. Shirley suddenly grabbed a plate of pasta and rubbed it all over the boy's shirt. He jumped up looking really pissed off and left the table, and the rest followed him. Hey, come on, Shirley. He was just joking. Yeah, so was I. Look what I posted on Instagram this morning. Shirley was a strange girl who didn't get on well with anyone except me. But I enjoyed her company, and she made me laugh a lot since she always had the best jokes to share. One day, I'd invited her over, and Angela walked into the lounge and looked at Shirley with disgust. Gosh, my eyes are hurting looking at 2 redheads. Nadia, do you have to bring your lame friends to the house? Well, you bring your loud friends around all the time, so buzz off, Angela. Shirley didn't say a word, but once Angela left, she asked to see our garden. I thought it was strange, but I took her outside anyway, and her eyes scanned the yard. Suddenly, she started running towards something and sprang forward. When she got up, I saw that she was holding a rat in her hands. Shirley, what are you doing? I think it's time we teach your sister a lesson. No, I'm used to her being that way. She's always mean to me. Not anymore. Shirley sneaked the rat into Angela's room, and moments later, we saw her running out like her pants were on fire. Rat! Shirley and I quickly became best friends, and we'd do everything together. We had a school dance coming up, and we went shopping and picked out some lovely dresses. I was really excited to wear the royal blue one I'd bought, but when I reached the dance, I saw that Shirley was wearing the exact same one. Hey, you look good, but didn't you pick out a green one?
Yeah, but when I got back home, I didn't like it as much and returned it.
You don't mind that I got the same one, right? Of course not. But when I got home, Angela was waiting in my room with her phone in her hand. I just saw your pictures on Instagram. Why are you and Shirley twinning? She bought the same dress as me. No big deal. This girl just gives me the creeps, Nadia. I'm telling you, she's not normal. She's a little different, but there's nothing wrong with her. Who buys the same dress as their friend and wears it to the same party? And she's here all the time, and when she leaves, she keeps calling you. That's just crazy. It doesn't bother me, and I don't even know why you care. I just ignored Angela. She'd never liked me since we were kids, and of course she was gonna pick faults with my best friend. My 16th birthday came around soon, and my parents announced that they were throwing me a huge birthday party. I knew they were only doing it to show off to their friends, but I didn't care. I invited loads of kids from school, and we were having a really good time when suddenly Shirley climbed onto the stage where the band was playing. Nadia, you've been the bestest friend to me, and I wish that all your dreams come true. And I hope that I'm with you every step of the way. Happy birthday, my dearest friend. I was touched by how much she cared for me. But just then, Shirley stumbled and fell off the stage. I ran to help her up, and she said she felt really dizzy. She asked me to take her home, and I called the car around immediately. When I got to her house, I was surprised to see that her house was huge, way bigger than mine. I realized just then that she'd never invited me, and she hardly ever spoke about her family. It turned out neither of her parents were home, and she begged me to stay. Please, don't go. I really don't feel well, and I don't want to be alone. Seeing her so sick, I just couldn't leave her. So I called my parents and told them to send everyone home because I had to stay with Shirley. The next day when I woke up in her room, I nearly fell off the bed in fright. Shirley was sitting by my side, watching me with a smile. Oh my gosh, you scared me. Were you watching me sleep? I was just waiting for you to wake up, silly. Here, I made you coffee, and breakfast is waiting for you downstairs. Oh, and you can wear my clothes. I've laid them out for you. It looked like her chef had cooked up a feast for a party, but it was just the two of us. Her parents still weren't home. As I was heading out, Shirley hugged me warmly. I'm so glad you stayed. I feel so much better now. Yeah, I'm glad too. Shirley had her driver drop me home, and 5 minutes after I'd left, she sent me a text saying that I was the most caring friend ever. I felt sorry for her. It seemed like her parents were even more neglectful than mine. The year flew by, and soon we were graduating high school and going to different universities. Shirley was really quiet during the graduation ceremony. After it was over, we walked out of school and carved our names on a tall oak tree outside the gates. Promise you'll call and text me every day? Every day? I'm gonna miss you so much. Me too. We hugged and she held me so tight, I thought she wasn't gonna let go. Soon after I joined university, Angela started working in Mom and Dad's insurance company, and they moved to Europe to set up another branch there. It was just me and Angela now, which wasn't that different from before. I started interning at their company during my free time. One day I was walking out of the office kitchen with my coffee when a guy bumped straight into me, and it fell all over his shirt. Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
No, it's my fault. I wasn't paying attention.
He took his shirt off right there to wash it in the sink, and boy was he ripped. When he turned to me again, I tried really hard not to stare at his abs. He introduced himself as Ryan, one of the general managers in the company. He seemed to have no idea that I was the boss's daughter, and I didn't mention it. We kept bumping into each other at the office every now and then, until one day he asked me out on a lunch date.
So, how come you didn't tell me you were the boss's daughter?
Oh, so you knew all along?
No, but I asked around about you right after the first time we met.
Well, I didn't want to scare you away. Ryan was sweet and funny, and I had a really great time with him. As we walked out of the restaurant, he gently helped this old woman with her heavy bags to get onto the bus, and my heart totally melted. We started seeing each other often, and once we took a selfie at the park that I posted on Instagram. Shirley immediately sent a heart reaction to my post, and said she missed me and would come to see me soon. But later that evening when I got home, I found her sitting outside on our porch. She was crying non-stop, refusing to tell me what was wrong. I took her inside and made her a cup of tea, and she calmed down. Okay, are you ready to tell me what happened now? I had a fight with my parents, and I don't want to talk about it. I just don't want to go back there right now. I hugged her and told her she could stay for the night. Just as the two of us had settled into bed to watch a movie, Angela walked in and stopped short when she saw Shirley. You again? When are you gonna leave my sister alone, weirdo? Angela, can you not be a jerk for once? Angela stormed off, and just then my phone rang. Hi, I was just thinking about you. I couldn't stop smiling when I heard Ryan's voice. We'd just started talking when suddenly, Shirley started choking on popcorn. I quickly hung up and ran to the kitchen to get her some water. Oh, thank you. I don't know how that happened. Who was that on the phone? It's this guy I met recently. You know, the one I posted a selfie with? Oh, you have a boyfriend now? Yeah, I think you could call it that. And suddenly, Shirley looked mad. And you didn't think I deserved to know about this? Best friends are supposed to tell each other everything. And this is why you haven't been calling me like you promised, right? I'm sorry, Shirley, but I have other things to do in my life. Not everything can revolve around you. Shirley started crying again, and I felt bad. Please, don't cry. It's not like you care. With that, she just ran out the door. I didn't stop her because she needed some space to clear her head. After some hours, I called her to check if she was okay, and she didn't answer. But the next day at work, I received a bouquet of flowers from her with a card saying that she was sorry. Her behavior was getting really weird. And one day when Ryan and I were having lunch at our favorite restaurant, she popped out of nowhere like a rabbit. Hey, Shirley, what are you doing here? Oh, I was just passing by and I saw you guys. I'm Shirley, Nadia's best friend.
Oh, yes, she told me about you.
But she's hardly told me anything about you, and I'm dying to know more. Tell you what, I'll buy you guys lunch today. Ryan and I were lost for words as she just joined us. Shirley went on and on about how close we were in high school, and then Ryan said,
I haven't known Nadia for that long, but yeah, she's amazing. I think I'm in love with her already.
I blushed as he spoke and took his hand. I think I'm in love with you too. When we looked up at Shirley, her face seemed to be twisted in rage. What? You just met the guy. How can he love you so fast? I think he's a psychopath. Shirley, tell me you're joking. No, just look at him. He's too good to be true, which means he's totally fake. I'm only trying to look out for you, Nadia.
What the heck?
I don't need you to do that, Shirley. In fact, I think you should leave. Shirley looked at us like a crazy person and then left. But a few days later, I received a call from the police station that Ryan had been arrested for attacking a woman. When I got there, Ryan said the police had picked him up from his place because Shirley had complained that he'd attacked her in a park. I got him out on bail, and then I told Shirley to meet me. Shirley, are you insane? Why are you doing this to me? Ryan attacked me. You're gonna take his word over mine? Yes, I will. You have a problem, and I need you to stay away from me and my life. After that, Shirley dropped the charges on Ryan and started sending me cards and flowers to my house, telling me how sorry she was. One day, she even came by my house at midnight and started screaming and crying outside, begging me to talk to her. But she went running when Angela got up and chased her away.
I told you this girl was crazy, Nadia.
I know, and I don't know how to stop it. I broke down and started crying, and for the first time ever, my sister comforted me. It's okay. I won't let anything happen to you. Promise. Angela took me to the police station that very night to get a restraining order against Shirley, and I blocked her from all of my social media accounts. After that, I never heard from her again, which was a huge relief. Soon after, I graduated university, and Ryan and I got married. Angela was my maid of honor, but my parents didn't even bother showing up, and I really didn't care. A year later, we had a beautiful baby girl, Rose. She had red hair like mine and Ryan's beautiful blue eyes. My life was going good until one day, while I was pushing Rose in a stroller in a store, Shirley appeared in front of me. Hi! My heart started pounding because a part of me was scared of her, but I tried to calm myself down. Hello, how have you been? I got myself into therapy, and since then, I've been great. Is this your baby? Oh, it's your hair. I mean, our hair. Yeah, I'm in a hurry. We'll catch up soon. I quickly went up to the counter to pay, and just then, a couple of girls behind me started screeching as they looked at their phones.
OMG, a new episode is up on My Story Animated. I was waiting for it all day. It's my favorite channel on YouTube.
As I looked away from them and turned back to my stroller, I froze. My baby was gone. Just then, I spotted Shirley outside, running away with Rose. I screamed and went after her, but she got into her car and started reversing. I managed to catch up and opened the back door and jumped in. What are you doing, you crazy witch?
You never should have left me, Nadia.
I was your best friend, and I would have done anything for you. Best friends don't hurt each other. Stop, right now. Shirley drove the car faster, and I secretly dialed a call to Angela. Thankfully, she answered, and I kept it on speakerphone so she could hear everything. Where are you taking us, Shirley?
We're going to our high school so we can show little Rose where we first met.
And when we got to the school, she took my baby and walked to the tree where we'd carved our names. You see, this is where your mom and I made a promise to stay friends forever. And then she broke that promise. I couldn't bear to see Rose in her arms, and I leapt forward and attacked her. She let go of Rose, and as the two of us fought, we suddenly heard police sirens. The officers quickly arrested Shirley, while I held Rose tightly to my chest. Just then, Angela arrived on the scene too, and she threw her arms around us. Oh my God, I was so scared. I just knew you'd pick up my call and would know exactly what to do. You were always right about Shirley. You've been trying to look out for me since then, and I ignored you. I don't blame you, Nadia. I wasn't the best sister growing up, but you're an amazing sister and aunt now. I'm just glad you're both fine. Rosie, are you okay? Rose pulled a strand of Angela's hair and said, "Ooh, gaga," and we both started to laugh.